Good morning, everybody. Grab that cup of coffee, but it's going to take a little longer to drink it today because we got an excellent video coming up right now. Well, good morning, guys. We're going to start this video out right here. We are in St. Francis City, right?
St. Francisville.
St. Francisville. Yeah, we're at this big, believe it or not, we're in an old house. Huh, Vicky? So we're gonna go check this place out. We're about 100 miles from where we're staying. We get to take, I think we get to take Hank in there this time, so you can see how happy he is about it. And let's go check this one out. This is the building. It's haunted, isn't it?
Yes.
That's why we're here. It's supposed to be a spook. Oh, did you guys see that? There's somebody in the window. Sure there is. I got them all looking, guys. I think that guy's a ghost.
Might be.
Might be. There it is. It's got nice grounds here. Flowers. We're going to go take a tour, I guess. I don't know if they'll let us film in there. Let's hope so. That's why I'm bringing you guys along. They got a restaurant right there. But I don't know. We haven't ate much Cajun food or much Louisiana food since we got here, but I'm hoping we'll get to. I think the tour's down here. Those guys are taking pictures up there, which is okay. Oh, well, they got a little, yeah, must be the restaurant. Then you got seating and all down that way. Well, let's go see if we can get in there and do any touring. Yep, the Myrtle house. We'll see. All right, here's the ghosts. Right, you can see them right there. That's there. That's right here. So if you guys see one here, you know, that's where she was. Yeah, that's ghost number one, guys. You see her? You guys, all right, and that's our tour guide down there, ringing the bell. It's either dinner time or she's gonna show us something. Do we give you these little tickets, or? Oh, do that.
We do allow photography, but no videos. Not inside the home.
I'm gonna have to take a lot of pictures and put them together then.
There you go.
We do allow that, but just no videos.
Okay.
Because then I'll lose my duck call.
Okay, but as soon as you open the door, then I'll stop.
If you have any food or drink, we ask that you don't bring them into the home. You can put them on the table and pick them up on your way out. My name is Sharon, and I will be your tour guide today. And I'll be honest with you, today's my very first day, but I'm doing my very best job.
We believe in you.
It's our first day too. Well, I'm going to do my best to describe these photos for you guys. Well, that's the entryway. These people were very rich, and they built this house in 1796, and they had many slaves. Well, everybody did back then. That's why they were rich. As you can tell by the house, they had money. Well, a lot of tragedies happened in this house, and I'm going to try to explain them as I can remember them. The first one that comes to mind was their slave. They had a house slave. They always treated them better and dressed them better than all the other slaves. Well, this slave had a problem with eavesdropping, and they had warned her many times not to do that. But she continued eavesdropping, and one day she was eavesdropping on them, and they opened the door, and she fell right in the room. Very unfortunate for her. That owner of the plantation was very embarrassed when she fell in there, and all his guests seen her eavesdropping. So here's the bad part about that, back then, if you were a slave and you insulted your master, owner, whatever, they would punish you. Well, he punished her all right. He took her outside and had one of her ears cut off. From then on, she had to wear a bandana to cover her ear. And he also kicked her out of the house, so she couldn't, she was just a regular field slave at that point. But she decided she wanted to get back in there with them. So she thought that she could cook this plant right here, and it would make them a little ill, and then she'd have to take care of the family, and they'd put her back into the house. She didn't realize that one of these leaves would have done the job, but she somehow got that into the food and had it served to the family, and it was way too much. So the next morning she woke up and nobody else was up in the house. So she goes into the house and finds out that they've all died. Luckily, there was the husband and I think one of the children with him, and they weren't home. They did not die. Naturally, it scared her because she knew what was going to happen when the owner got home and found out his family had been killed. So she went to the other slaves, and she thought they would help her. Well, they were scared because they knew back then it ain't going to be good. So the rest of the slaves, they took her down to the riverbank and they hung her. And then after she was dead, they threw her body in the river. And they say that her body, her spirit, is still haunting that place now. That's the ghost you see in those other pictures. Here, I'll flash one up for you. So let's call that ghost number 1. Now, the second ghost, I think, is the owner of the house. Now, he liked to play cards. And if you notice in this mirror, you can see the other guy's hands. So he got caught cheating. Well, nobody wanted to play cards with him anymore after that. And then one day, somebody was just running around the house asking for the lawyer. Is there a lawyer in home? Is there a lawyer? Well, he was a liar. He stepped out and asked who he was. The guy told him who he was, and the guy on the horse shot him. They don't really know why he got shot, but he staggered back through these doors here, and his son tried to help him out, and then the guy decided to go up to trying to get to his wife up these steps, and they say he died on the 17th step. And they say you can see a ghost there every once in a while on the 17th step. I didn't see one. I don't know if you guys do or not. Do you? Now, a lot of these pictures you see are of young children. Well, back in the day, they just painted bodies. Then you'd go and have somebody's, whoever child you wanted their picture on there, they just put their head on there. So they're all the same body, and like this guy, this is a boy, but they had a girl's body. They put his head on it for some reason. But some of these photos are pretty odd. I'm going to tell you about them. Like this one right here. This is also a little boy dressed up in girl's clothes. Don't know why they did that a lot. Now this mirror here, quite a story about it. You can see little little smudges it looks like in that mirror. Well, they've replated it quite a few times, and every time they do, them little smudges come back. And what they're saying is they look like little handprints over on the left, hard to see those, but the other is like a face looking out of the mirror. Well, back in the day, when somebody died, they'd cover all the mirrors, and they figure this one didn't get covered, so that's the spirits looking out through the mirror. Oh well. Myself, I really didn't see that in the mirror, and I'm figuring they just screwed up when they fixed the mirror. So, this place has a lot of neat stuff in it. The carvings around the lights on top, up above the chandeliers, a lot of chandeliers in it. It's just a nice place to go. I'm sure I left out a lot on this little narration of the pictures. It's an old house. It's haunted, and it could be, I don't know. But it's a lot of neat stuff in it. The lady does a really good job. So go check this one out. Oh, I want to tell you about this picture right here. Take a good look at that photo. You'll notice her arm, one arm is different than the other. Well, and the one side of the face is different than the other. Look closely, you'll see that. The reason why is they started doing a portrait of this girl, the whole portrait, body and all, and she passed away. So they finished doing her portrait after she had deceased. And that's why one side of her, she's dead, one side of her, she's alive. Well, they did some weird things back them days. You remember me telling you about the young boy that was trying to save his dad? Well, that's him right there. He ended up being in World War I. I guess he was a war hero. I'm sure I left a lot out or probably even told it wrong. So if you get a chance, go check out the Myrtle Plantation down there in Louisiana. Well, that's it from Myrtle house here. Pretty good in a show. What do you call it? Tour? Yeah. But I couldn't film in there, as you guys seen. But I'm through these pictures on here, and I'm going to try to explain what they mean. So I hope I did that for you guys. But that's the end of the Myrtle tour. It's like I said, $15 per person for 45 minutes. Not bad. The lady was very good. This lady right here, standing next to me, she was brand new, first day, and she did a great job. So come and see the Myrtle place and ask for Stella. Well, I hope I did a good job for you guys. Hey, Vicki has lots of photos from this place. She will be putting all of these on here in a slideshow at the end of our trip, so stay tuned for them. The next video is going to be 1,000-mile trip to Florida. We're going to see so much stuff on the way there. Try food that I've never even seen before. So stay tuned.